Okay, so today we're going to look at the Cleveland convection steamer. When we hear the word convection, we know that that means that it's forced by a fan, okay? And in this one, this new model, this has actually just been put in the spring of 2024. It has a little bit of a different feature than our old one did. So we're going to start down here in the bottom that's cold. We'll notice up here we have the digital panels on, it's lit. So we're going to go down here to this bottom one, open this up, and as you can see, it has the racks here that we would fit our steam pans into. Okay, this will take hotel pans, and we normally are going to use a perforated pan to slide in here. But if you look here on the right hand side, you see these brass fittings that stick out there. Those brass fittings are where the steam is going to be injected into this cabinet. All right, so when we go to use this, all right, we're going to take it, and because it's new, it shuts a little hard. So you're going to have to give it a little bit of a slam, like that. Make sure that it doesn't come out, all right? We're going to go down here. We only have one switch on this thing, a switch and a knob, all right? So what we're going to do is just push this in. Notice here this red light comes on where it says machine. That means that water is now being pumped into the boilers in the base of this steamer. And over here, we're just going to let this go for a little bit. And once the steamer is filled with water, we'll activate it, and that's by just pushing this button and it gets steam moving into the cabinet. So we'll go ahead up here. We already did that function that we just did here. It's already been done up here. So this top cabinet is ready to go. And just so we know, I'm going to use this. So if I grab the pan, something in here, I want to show you something. I'm going to have to stand back because there's already steam in this cabinet, right? So pull it back, open it up, notice how the steam escapes out of the cabinet. I need that to get away because if I put my hand in there right now, I'm gonna get burned. That's about 245 degrees, okay? So we wanna keep away from that. Water boils at 212, steamer can get up to 245, okay? So when you put your pans in here, they just slide in like this, and you can get 10 hotel pans in here. Okay, that would be full. This is a half pan, half 4-inch perforated pan. Okay, so what we do, we put our food item in here, give it that slam, all right? This knob right here now, it's all digital, and we turn it clockwise, okay? Going like as a clock would, and we notice that we give it one little turn, it's 10 seconds. So there's 10 seconds on here. We're just gonna give it another turn, it gives us 20 seconds. So at that point, I have this steamer set for 20 seconds, all right? All I would do then is push right here, this little button here. It looks like a timer that has a clock on it. We push it, and when we push it, you hear a beep. It says, sure, it's gonna cook the time, and once it gets going, it'll come back, and the time will then start counting down as it gets heated up. It might take a second for it to heat up. Make sure that it's at the right temperature, okay? And that'll do that. So this one now is ready for me to get it set for the steam to be injected into it, to get it heated up. So I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hit that button, and that's gonna start that bottom one injecting the steam into it. Quite loud then when they're both running in the kitchen, okay? So as this gets going, this bottom one is getting heated up to this. This one should be starting to go over to the 20-second mark here pretty soon. And you would have to go through this. The cycle will go through. Once it's done, it'll give a beeping sound. And once that beeping sound is there, then we're going to come over. We're going to go ahead and just hit this. This will turn off the beeping. Okay, there we go. Just made that sound. That means it's getting ready now. Notice how it's changing through the cycle. Notice here it's counting down already. It won't take long. And once it gets there, this one again is still heating up to where it's at 212 at least. Okay, so now you hear the beeping. Unfortunately, that is not as loud as our old steamer was, so you gotta be paying attention. So you're gonna come over here, hit this button again, right? That would stop it. Then I can go ahead and open it up. Again, let that steam come out. Then have my towel, and I would pull my pan out and have my product done, okay? So, at the end of the day, after this steam all gets out of here, I'm gonna take my pan out, even though there's some condensation and stuff in here, I'm going to shut this down at the end of the day. All I'm going to do is come over here, this switch that we started with, we're just going to push it here. That's going to turn off the machine. That's going to cause the water to drain out the bottom. There's a drain underneath of this. The water's going down in there right now. Okay? And then I can take my fan out, take it, use it at my station, whatever. Okay? And then all you would want to do at the end of the day is you would take this, take a towel, and wipe it out. You can lift up these bars straight up like this, and take them out and wipe the sides out as well. You can see the little pins there that this sits on. So we put it back in. Those can get run over into this machine. Put it back on there, make sure it's all lined up. Because if you don't have it lined up and you put it back together, you'll notice that your pans don't fit in there. They're kind of, it's getting tight. Well, make sure that you have it put back in there right. And then it should just slide right in there like that. So you would take both sides out, wipe it down, wipe the outside down, okay? Make sure that you go over it with some stainless steel polish because it's a newer piece of equipment. Get it all polished up and you're ready.
Polish outside only, right?
What's that?
Polish the outside only.
Polish is only on the outside. Inside is just soapy water.
Okay.
Okay? And then what you want to do, and we'll go ahead and stop this one. Right? It's going to run through the cycle. I got to let it run through the cycle. Okay? So, there it is. Now it's turned off. And I can go ahead and turn that one off. And it's going to do the same thing. It's going to drain the water. I can open this up. You notice there was not enough, wasn't on long enough that the steam didn't build up in there. So, but this is what I want to do. Once I wash this all out, I want to leave it open. The reason why I want to leave it open is because there's still going to be condensation. There's going to be condensation up here along this rubber gasket and everything. We don't want mold to start. So that's how you let it air out like this every single day. If you, at the end of the day, you just want to shut it a little bit like this, but you still have it open so air can circulate in it like that.
Chef, what if I'm working in the top and somebody comes in underneath me? What do I have to be aware of?
Okay, so whoever's in here first has right of way.
Okay.
Okay, you would be, if I'm second, I have something there in the bottom, I certainly don't want to come in here and open it up while somebody has their arm in here because that 240 degree steam is going to come up and burn you and it's always going to catch you here and get you good. So you want to make sure that you wait your turn. If you're like, oh my gosh, I have broccoli in there and it's overcooking. Tell the person that's in there when they're done, could you open that bottom one for me as you walk away? That's what you do. You work as a team like that and take care of it. That way you're going to avoid anybody getting burned.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Chef.
Yep.